Good day, everyone. In today's video, we're going to feature the $1 note of Australia and the $1 coin. And to start off, if you're in Australia, do you remember this? Or, did you not know that such a $1 note existed in Australia? If you're not in Australia, just to give you a background, uh, the Australia currently does not, and I don't think in the future will ever issue a $1 note again. They replaced this dollar note with a coin in 1984. Now that was because of um, decisions with regards to the costs involved in printing the note, in contrast to just producing a coin, because notes get worn out fast, and a coin would last long and would, of course, save the government more money, which is proven here. This note was replaced by the coin. Rather, a coin was introduced to replace this note in 1984, and here we have an existing specimen from that year. I hope you can see it there. Let me try to. Yeah. There. It's a 1984 $1 coin. And this is a shiny example of that. This was pretty worn out. Shiny example of that. See, so it is goldish in color. Shows that gold color, but it's not gold. It's nickel brass. If I'm correct, if I'm not correct, please comment below. So yeah. So what are your thoughts? Should Australia reissue this? Or yeah. Oh, just one more thing. If you do have this, if you're in Australia, or you're from another country and you happen to have been to Australia back in those days when they still issued this particular banknote, you can still use these. These are still legal tender. You can go to a coffee shop in Australia and pay for your coffee, rather pay partially for your coffee using this. Of course, I wouldn't recommend that, given that this banknote would be worth more if you sell it to a collector, a banknote collector, or to someone who just appreciate getting things from the past. Or you could, I think, exchange it in the bank or central bank, but you have to check that out. But yeah, so, and of course, I wouldn't really advise that, given that if you use this in a bit in buying your coffee, you would probably have the shop owner raise their eyebrows and probably report you for doing so. But yeah, these are still legal tender. You can check their RBA website. It says there that this particular banknote, actually all withdrawn banknotes, even if you have Australian pounds, you could use that to buy stuff in Australia, to pay your debts in Australia using old banknotes. If I recall, if you use the pre-decimal, the pounds, shillings, and pence, it will just be converted to the rate back then. I think the rate, if I am correct, is that $2 is equal to 1 Australian pound. So yeah. So just to show you this banknote, this banknote features Her Majesty the Queen of Australia and the Australian coat of arms, the signatures of the Governor of the Reserve Bank, the Secretary to the Treasury, and a note that says this Australian note is legal tender throughout Australia and its territories. And behind it shows you some art. I think these are Aboriginal art, which is really, really interesting. It shows you Australian culture, and I just love it. I actually like the design. Actually, all Australian banknotes, in my opinion, are really beautiful, especially the ones in the polymer, the first series of the polymer notes. Of course, the second series are also interesting, but I have some reservations to some of those designs, which I intend to make a video about, just to share my opinion. But yeah, this Australian banknote is It's really something. It's nostalgic. Wish it was still issued, but yeah, I understand why it's not being issued now. But then again, why is America still issuing the $1 bill? Well, that's for them to decide. So, if you like this video, like to see more, here, let me just give you some close shots of the Australian coin. Now, if you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you want to keep updated with my posts, click subscribe.